fun things I've learned about 27 million. Instagram has 27 million registered users. Also, the sun is 27 million degrees Fahrenheit at its core. I do not want to go on vacation there. However, today, we're not planning vacations. I'm going to open your eyes to a sad truth and pray that you'll leave this room forever changed. 27 million is the number of slaves there are right now. 27 million. In fact, this is the highest amount slavery has ever been at any given time in history. In the 1800 transatlantic slave trade, there were 12 million slaves. So we have over and doubled that number. To give you some sort of spatial perspective, Australia has a population of 23 million. So if we add another 4 million people, we have an entire continent of enslaved men, women, and children. Toastmasters, I'm here to share some facts with you and inspire you to make a change. In the United States, there are two types of slavery. Two most common are labor slaves and sexual slaves. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the sexual slaves today because this is what truly breaks my heart. In the United States alone, there are 60,000 people trapped in sexual slavery. 300,000 children are at risk for prostitution this year alone. 1 in 3 runaways within 48 hours of being on the streets will get picked up by a trafficker. Every 2 minutes, a child is sexually exploited in some way. That means by the time I'm done with my speech, 3 children will have been abused. All right, is anyone in here parent, grandparent? Imagine yourself as one of those parents. I wondered the average entry age. I found out it was 13 to 14. However, doing research, there are children as early as 5 and 6. As a sister of a 7-year-old little brother named Henry, I find this really heart-wrenching. Trafficking doesn't discriminate. It's every race, every age, it's boys and it's girls. In some countries, children are actually sold by their parents who are forced. They have no other option to pay off a debt as little as $18. Globally, it profits $32 billion a year. Something has to change. Lincoln said, if slavery isn't wrong, nothing is wrong. It is illegal everywhere, yet it is still happening everywhere. The U.S. Department of Justice released a list of the cities, the top 20 cities with the highest trafficking statistics. Washington, D.C. is on that list. Recently reported by Channel 9, there were 8 nail salons in Montgomery County that were shut down for running as undercover brothels. That means it's in our neighborhoods, our backyards, our communities. I'm going to get personal for just a second. My experience with sexual abuse began in the 4th grade. It happened in what should have been a safe environment, a classroom. For 10 years, I didn't tell anyone about this. I was alone in darkness, guilt, and shame. I didn't even tell my closest relatives until this last year. However, something amazing happened, and I found Jesus Christ. And when I realized that he died for me, I accepted him as my personal Lord and Savior. And through his amazing grace, I realized I'm valued and I'm cherished and I'm loved. Shortly after that, I saw a documentary called Nefaris, and it spoke about this issue happening on every continent. This is real. After that experience, I had to do something. I had to do something. So in February of this year, I quit my job. I was managing a Starbucks in Sterling because I wanted to dive in full force to do whatever I could. It's really scary, by the way, just to quit your job. So today, there is hope. Proverbs 31:8 says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. 1 in 3 women experience some sort of sexual abuse. This usually happens in the family unit and sets these women up for trafficking. So this could be your mother, your sister, your daughter, your best friend. But like I said, there is hope. You guys in this room can be the change. So I'm going to challenge you to walk out this door and take charge. I found out about this little girl. Her name is Vivian. She's 9 years old. She lives in San Francisco, California. And when she found out about child slavery, she decided that she would have a lemonade stand for 365 days, rain or shine. She stood outside. She didn't charge for the lemonade. And so everything that was the proceeds from that experience, she donated to free the slaves. Now, you may not be as audacious as this 9-year-old little girl, and you may not be as passionate to quit your job and share the gospel, but you have a role. It could be changing our culture, how we talk to one another, how we regard using words that are inappropriate. It could be sharing awareness, learning about it, watching Nefarious, volunteering. It could be donating money that you have to a cause that can provide restoration to these women. Bryson Voltengast of the End It movement said, "Slavery is a human problem. As a human, you should care about it. Whatever you do, don't do nothing." Toastmasters, I've learned through this organization I have a voice, and I'm going to use my voice for someone who doesn't have one. Will you please speak up with me and help the 27 million today?